Welcome to Alicante, Spain for the start of Stage 1 in the Ocean Race Sprint, the very first edition of this three-stage competition from our 6 VO65 teams. I'm Niall Best. Now, I'm joined by Sam Davies, round-the-world sailor and previous ocean race skipper. And Sam, well, good breeze, sunshine. I mean, this should be a fantastic start.
Yeah, Niall, it's looking perfect out there. Looks like there's about 15 knots of wind coming from the west, maybe gusting a little bit higher up to 20 knots, coming off the shore, so it's going to be pretty shifty for that race course. Let's
have a look at how the course is laid out here just off the shore of Alicante, because even though we've been talking about the long drag race to Cabo Verde, it starts here with some tight corners and some interesting manoeuvring just outside the city of Alicante before our 6 VO65s will push down to Tabarca, 2 marks just off the island that they have to leave to starboard before then pushing their way further out towards the Strait of Gibraltar and into the Atlantic. Sam, it is a reaching start at the moment as we go on board here. And all the eyes right now looking out for the other teams. Picking the right place on the start line is always crucial.
Yeah, it's crucial. We can see on Yayo here, they're so close, the boats are so close, and just on that first shot I did see that they don't all have the same sail choices. So yeah, you can see Mercury deploying their masthead 0 and all the others on J1. So already we're going to see what this different sail change is going to do.
Well, the start underway for the first of the offshore stages in the Ocean Race Sprint, and a good start from off the line. But the interesting thing for me, Sam, was this is meant to be a reaching start. They're meant to be able to lay this line very easily. It's got them pretty tight on an upwind course, actually. They didn't look like they were coming off that line at 90 degrees.
No, it looks pretty tight, and it looks like, especially for the lured boats, they only just made it past the pin and potentially might not make it on one tack to the Mark 1.
On board there with Wind Whisperer Racing Team, and they've added another, half boat length at least to that advantage. And the interesting thing for me, Sam, was during that import race, they started at the pin end. Arguably a risky place to start in terms of keeping the clear air, but they've managed to punch through. Right now, if the wind stays at this direction, then Wind Whisperer looks set to be able to crawl their way out ahead. On board at the moment with Team Yayo, skipper Jelmer van Beek, leading a team that includes 5 Dutch sailors under 30, and certainly of the 2 boats that we can see from that shot, Mercury Foundation Racing Team and Amber Sail 2, there to windward.
Looks really light there now, actually. They're Mercury, they've got hardly any heel on, so these conditions are changing really, really quickly.
Wind Whisperer Racing Team still in the lead. Boat speed is good. It's the best of the fleet, over 8.5 knots, but as we look at where that first mark is, it's Mark 1. They are laying Mark 2, but so this tack is very much on here. This was not the intention of the race control team. We know that the breeze through this afternoon is going to put in some twists and turns.
Yeah, exactly. But obviously, yeah, you said this tack, but they're actually going to have to tack twice to get round that first mark, and that's a lot of effort and energy for the crew, who then have to go offshore for 5 days after all these manoeuvres. Also, the Dutch team, and I think they're just throwing into a tack there. It's so much easier to tack with the J1 up. They can just flip those tacks through and get the boat going again really quickly, whereas the boats with the masthead 0 have got to furl it up to be able to tack and then redeploy the sail afterwards. Oh, and there we go, a tack change from Team Yayo. That's pretty cool manoeuvre to do, because obviously they've deployed the sail during the tack, so they've minimized the downtime, so to speak, of the boat speed during the tack.
Look at the lead now for Wind Whisperer Racing Team. I mean, everyone will be thinking back to that import. Everyone will be thinking that this was the team that managed to come off the line well, hold on to their first place, and then extend. And it looks like in the opening stages of Stage 1, Wind Whisperer Racing Team are doing the same again in the waters of Alicante. Merpuri Foundation Racing Team at the moment on the windward side of Amber Sail 2 as we just go round that top of the course. We're now onto the long downwind leg. We're going to see some jibes on this leg. Not meaning to, but look at this. Look at the change in the wind right now, just in front of Merpuri Foundation Racing Team. I mean, is that coming from the helicopter? Is that coming from something local?
Yeah, it looks like the wind's a little bit all over the place there, and Merpuri doing the right thing, getting the weight forward, not making things complicated for themselves. I saw that one of the other boats is deploying a stay sail, but they've kept just with the 2 sails and trying to do the best they can to keep the boat moving forward.
The speeds are starting to come back up. I think that we have been expecting a big change in the breeze. Somebody who's been able to exploit it at least has been Austrian Ocean Racing, powered by Team Geneva, sitting now on that windward bow forward position on Viva Mexico. Merpuri Foundation Racing Team also potentially being caught out on the right hand side, but look at the differences in speed. Barely 4 knots towards the top of the course, with 8 knots with Team Yayo in the middle, and Wind Whisperer just a little bit behind, around about halfway down this leg. I think the advantage for Wind Whisperer being in the lead, it's got to feel like a kind of a poison chalice right now, because you might be sailing into the hole, the teams behind you will see it and be able to sail round. Nerves will be very, very, very frayed on the Polish boat. But the boat out in the lead, Wind Whisperer Racing Team, they have sailed. Well, is it luck, is it skill? I mean, surely it's skill, because they did the same in the import race. They have picked their way through the pockets of no breeze, the shifts and everything. And Sam, I mean, they seem like they are very astutely preparing for breeze that we can't really see yet.
Yeah, it's difficult from our viewpoint now, where we can't see everything, but it does look like, first of all, they've picked up more breeze as they come up towards that top mark. They're going faster than the others and extending that lead. And yeah, there was Nettie up on the bow, sorting out the sail potentially for the beat that is going to be coming up.
Looks windy there for me. Looks windy to me.
We're pretty lucky to get this front row view as we are on board still with Wind Whisperer Racing Team. We get to enjoy both now, and we were saying earlier that if they got a little bit more pressure, or indeed if that breeze went a little bit right, they would be laying Mark III, the bottom of the run, and it's happened now. And I would say that they've got a little bit of both here. They look a lot more pressed than they were before, but also with a lot more breeze. And in fact, the top of that mainsail just starting to luff a little bit with the back winding from the masthead Code Zero. They're almost now a little bit excess power. Team Yayo leading Merpuri Foundation Racing Team, but ahead of the Dutch boat is Wind Whisperer Racing Team. And there you can see just how much that shift has brought Team Yayo back into the game here, as the Dutch boat bears away now for the furl of the masthead Code Zero, as Merpuri Foundation Racing Team closer to camera, also making a change with that J sail coming up and the masthead Code Zero getting ready to go away. It's going to be here the battle of the sail changes. Whoever gets this change smoothly will be closing up the distance between the Polish boat in first place. Team Yayo here, they are making a strong performance of that leeward position right now. They tacked early after Mark IV, so they have a little bit of leverage off to that left-hand side. And if the breeze goes to the left, they should be doing quite nicely. But as I say that, here comes a little tack for them. They want to go out to the other side.
And their Wind Whisperer following them. So obviously, maybe it's something we didn't, maybe a wind shift we didn't quite see, Niall, and these crews are just on it, on the numbers. And obviously that tack, you've got to have the foredeck clear to be able to throw that tack in. And so the foredeck crew have been working really hard to clear the bow so that they can do a clean tack. So yeah, pressure on the whole crew to be able to let the tactician go where he wants to go.
Merpuri Foundation Racing Team hot on their heels of Amber Sail 2. Both of these boats needing to get around that last mark, and it's close for the Portuguese here. Yeah,
that was quite a big duck. They had to go duck behind Amber Sail, so they're happy to be. They'll be happy to have caught up a little bit and have a boat to try and overtake on this next reaching leg.
There's been a lot of conversation about how upwind, how tight to the breeze we were going to see these VO65s and ultimately the Imocas as they exit Alicante. And the fact that we have got wind here and we are deploying the masthead code zeros with enough certainty to get the rest of the sails down and sort of packed away means that they're confident that they're going to be blasting away from the shoreline here out into that pop of breeze. But this is going to be going on from this point day and night. We were saying before that leeward position that Team Yo-Yo had wasn't really a threat, but look at that up to the top of the corner, just going out of view on the right-hand side of the helicopter. You could see Austrian Ocean Racing powered by Team Geneva struggling with that masthead code zero. The dark patches across the water here, meaning that there is more breeze to come. The very first edition of the Ocean Race Sprint, and our 6 VO65s are now well on their way out from Alicante. Speeds approaching 18, 19 knots. And certainly one sailor amongst the fleet, Bauer Becking, has got an awful lot of experience of what it takes to take these boats around the world. Let's have a little bit of a listen to him.
Yeah, the start was okay. We were a little bit too early, and the Polish were on the pin, got again the start. But I think you just know with Matan, he's excellent at doing that. But I think kudos to the crew, they did an excellent job. We did the right manoeuvres, and I think we just kept the game really conservative. But I think in the end it was quite good to go fast with the masthead zero, and you can actually see the Polish adjust the weather was over here. So yeah, not a bad start of the day.
Whatever they call it, just above fire firm. All in the mix.
So far it's been a pretty tiring night, I think. We've done about 10 different sail changes. Got a final transition around the south east corner of Spain. And basically whoever gets through that first, they'll get the new wind, and then they might get a little jump on everyone. So we're already starting to feel the bounciness of the waves. You can feel the swell starting to roll in, and then that's kind of telling you that the bigger wind's going to come. So.
Yeah, what we're doing, tempo's good.
It's high.
Tempo's high.
Tempo's high, yeah.
put your nose in it. I ain't gotta lie to you. New whip in it. It be hard not to speed in it. I ain't gotta lie to you. Talk with a lot of emphasis. Like me, only difference is I ain't gotta lie to you. I know you're gonna learn to love me. Cause I be pretty when it's ugly. I hit her with a Dougie. I told her, baby girl, you love me. But keep the gavel, don't judge me. I'm everywhere the sun be. I'm at the crib sitting comfy. I go bananas on the monkey. I turned it to a junkie. And all my from the country. But we be flying out the country. My pockets on chunky. Quarter ounce of the musty. Talking numbers with the trusty. I see you getting rusty. Busted baby looking busty. Heard them hating, that disgust me. Man, don't even discuss me. 1 week, 2 shows in it. One bad, 2 in it. I ain't gotta lie to you. iPhone, new flows in it. Don't be tryna put your nose in it. I ain't gotta lie to you. New whip in it. It be hard not to speed in it. I ain't gotta lie to you. Talk with a lot of emphasis. Like me, only difference is I ain't gotta lie to you. I know you're gonna learn to dig me. Cause I be poking at your kidney, your old history. I do my thing, it ain't no mystery. She gon' ride it like she miss me. I'm moving like a let's make a toast, I'm getting tipsy. I'm tryna do it like Hov, tryna do it like Nipsey. And with that drama, they can miss me. Blue commas on crispy, her underwear misty. She said a was her best friend. Baby girl, I ain't a freshman, just meet us at the West End. Was just some from the West End. Till we learn to put our best in, we taking nothing less than 1 week, 2 shows in it. One bad, 2 in it. I ain't gotta lie to you. iPhone, new flows in it. Don't be tryna put your nose in it. I ain't gotta lie to you. New whip in it. It be hard not to speed in it. I ain't gotta lie to you. Talk with a lot of emphasis. Like me, only difference is I ain't gotta lie to you. put your nose in it. I ain't gotta lie to you. New whip in it. It be hard not to speed in it. I ain't gotta lie to you. Talk with a lot of emphasis. Like me, only difference is I ain't gotta lie to you. I know you're gonna learn to love me. Cause I be.
Sunshine.
It's Lord's Day. Okay, Keegan.
Fucking overriding in the dark.
New waters for me, new waters for my coach. Like, we didn't really know what we were doing. We just treated it as any other big nasty race.
For the last 5 years, 20 laps has been the record.
You don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it's like, the thing they say about 24-hour races, like, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, it's like the police blotter, and so you just got to be ready for whatever's going to happen.
Like, I don't think I've ever ran that fast, especially in bike shoes. But I took off, had one person kind of elbow me, had someone else step on my heel, and I was like, you know what, we're out of here. Like, I kicked it into like fear mode and just boosted. Mission accomplished. Like, I was like, all right, first box of this beast of a race is checked. Like, I didn't crash, I got to my bike, now we can start riding. But there was people like still running past, trying to like get to their bike, and you're trying to weave around them, and like people were pointing like bike rear over here, and it was just like mass chaos. I was kind of looking for Taylor and Timone, and 'cause I knew those guys were like the big, the other solo guys I had to watch out for, and we were all kind of marking each other because you want to keep them in check. You don't want another one of your competitors to get on a group ahead and be going faster than you, and you lose a couple minutes like the first few laps, just because you weren't mentally paying attention. So.
Fuck yes! My blind punch. I knew it, dude. Maverick. Woo!
Looking composed.
Yes. Yes.
Very composed.
Yes.
Chugged that monster from TJ. That was actually I saw that. I was like, I didn't drink that right now. I need this. I need a little boost, a little caffeine, a little sugar. Get me rolling again.
Leg warmers?
No, arm warmers or long sleeves.
When's the fuck the sun gonna rise?
Like, time was just gone. Time was irrelevant. Like, there was light, there was dark, there was light. Like, I was in between then, like, just rolling.
He is really the person that will take down the record and will move the needle for us going forward. And I think maybe the chase begins. Maybe it becomes an object of desire for the endurance community.
It's almost the pinnacle of gnarliness. Maybe there's some other gnarly things out there, like Colorado Trail or ZT or whatever, but I think this is one of the gnarlier things you can do on a bike because you have support, so you can go pretty hard, but it's a long time, man. Like, that was a lot, and I'm glad I did it, but I don't know if I need to do it again or not.
So, how you feel?
Pretty buckled.
Pull that.
You're having a good time.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, Lisa. We got you.
How's it going out there?
You were having a fucking good time.
When I first met the family, I was just driving through. Then I came across this painted house. I went in and our relationship started. I really feel good about the fact that people, under all odds, have decided to remain who they are. It is important that you keep your traditions because your children must know where they're coming from. And that has made me have more respect for the people in the rural areas than the people in the city. They have enriched me. It is a privilege to have known the Demanda family, for I would not have had the insight that I have today.
January 17th, 1706. Benjamin Franklin, author, publisher, inventor, and one of America's most famous founding fathers, is born in Boston. 1945. In the final months of World War II in Europe, Soviet and Polish forces liberate Poland's capital, Warsaw, from Nazi occupation. 1961. Just days before leaving office, President Dwight Eisenhower offers a Cold War-era warning for Americans in his farewell address.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
1995. In Japan, an earthquake, magnitude 7.2, devastates the city of Kobe, killing more than 6,000 people. 1899. Al Capone is born in Brooklyn, New York, but it is in Chicago where the gangster called Scarface leaves his most notorious mark. And 1942.
I'm going to float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. His hands can't hit what his eyes can't see.
Muhammad Ali, the former heavyweight boxing champ who dubbed himself the greatest, is born in Louisville, Kentucky. Today in history, January 17th. Camille Bohannon, The Associated Press.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,